Sometimes it's good to take a breather and Dota. Take a couple breaths. In, out. In, out. Everybody do it at home. And then let the rage out. But do it peacefully, in a good state of mind.
I almost trust you.
Tomato's going to be letting the rage in.
I almost trust you.
With this steal is a very strange draft from OG, I must say.
Yeah, I mean, OG did well. They got into this second group stage for a reason, right? And I don't know, man. Maybe I just don't believe the way they do, but this just kind of feels like you're one of those teams that you're lost and you're just like not quite sure what you want to do drafting wise, and so now you're just kind of like grabbing.
They were trying to answer some of the flex that was causing them problems in the draft, because you had this DP gyro opener. It could have been DP5. We've seen DY play this in the past. It could have been gyro 5. It could have been DP offlane, DP mid. Could have been gyro carry. Could have been gyro 5. There's a lot of possibilities you had to account for and potentially answer, and then they end up flexing to try and deal with where these heroes ended up, which was this DP mid. Mirana is a very good matchup versus that hero.
Yes, I can see that.
I think the matchups make sense in this game. My issue isn't really what OG has picked to address what Xtreme presented. It's more, does the lineup function? Because the synergy is just a little off for me. Like last game, I think the synergy was great. I didn't have an issue with that. This game, you're playing mid Mirana, but there's not really the greatest arrow setups. Your two other, like these three cores just don't scream synergy to me. You have an Infest into a Mirana Timber. It's 3 damage dealers. Mirana usually likes some setup. She kind of has it, but kind of doesn't.
What if he goes Gleipnir?
There's no real initiator or stunner. It's just kind of all over the place. Gleipnir definitely helps. Like, Gleipnir timing could be amazing for this lineup. That's what I'm saying. Maybe there's some cheeky itemization that can bring it together as Ariel bite the bullet, but the first blood was already on Ame, so Whisper happy about that. I'm not writing it off. It's just not as it's very single target focused and lacking a little bit of control for the Timber that I think OG normally has. I think they're used to playing this hero with like the Seb Wind Ranger, Earthshaker, Rubik, whatever. And Hoodwink can do that a little bit, but not as reliably. Another glimpse.
Pull it back in. Ooh, missed the bushwhack there.
Damn, that damage.
That was a healthy amount.
Now, the one thing I think OG have going for them is they are playing versus Disruptor.
Okay, but
I have absolutely no faith in this hero.
I mean, he's paired up with Gyrocopter, first of all, so kind of makes up for Disruptor's dog shit laning.
Does it? He's out of mana, Austin. Time to go with the base.
He's got a mango.
He's got
a mango. Have a little snack.
I just hate that hero. I think it's like a bottom 5 hero in the game. Can he do work this game? Yes. You know, it's very good versus Mirana. You can get some static field going on top of like this bad jump in versus the zone some heroes in the fight. It is good control versus the Timber too. And then you're just running them down with your 3 cores. It makes sense. I'm not saying the pick is bad. I think it's the type of hero you want with these 3 cores.
Yeah.
Just some good control and catch, line it up. You don't need a lot of damage from Disruptor. His weaknesses aren't necessarily a big problem, but like sometimes that hero just looks real bad. And when he looks bad, he looks real bad.
Looks pretty rough there when he's in the middle of trees and gets hit by Whirling Death. That's a little unfortunate, but Gyrocopter versus Timbersaw, I feel like we've seen this matchup a couple times now. Seems to be one of the go-to carry answers to Timbersaw, just so much magic damage.
It's always been very good. Honestly, I feel you can do well in lane with any ranged hero if you play it really well. But the ranged heroes with nukes, even better. You can often just win the lane. You play it well and take aggression to them on the early waves. Luna, Gyro, do very well.
Whoa. Almost. Fortunately, the glimpse sent him back early. Seb chasing after XXS here.
Lane's going well for XG, though. All 3 cores finding a lot. And I do think their cores... I mean, I was talking about the matchups, but there's other matchups that go XG's way here. Like, they made this game very hard for the Timbersaw in theory. You have a lot of magic damage between the 3 cores. Death Prophet owns this hero with the long duration silence and the magical burst. You can't really rush BKB. because you have this Pulverize to deal with. Rubik's going to steal Chakram, throw it back your way. I mean, I think you want Eternal Shroud if you can get there, but your lane's going to be hard, so your tempo isn't going to be incredibly fast. I think this is a difficult game for the first pick. Timber, and I mean, that's the position you want to put that hero in. It's incredibly strong right now, so you don't want to just give him a freebie.
This mid matchup isn't going as well as I thought it would have been. Right, Murata used to be a good answer Death Prophet. Maybe that was just because Death Prophet's like Spirit Siphon so much, but this Crib Storm is just beating his ass.
I mean, there's no way you win this lane. They are even on CS, though. So I think BZM's doing really well, honestly. I think DP is one of those heroes that is near unbeatable on lane, honestly. Even the... Like, you have these cheese matchups you can cheese her with, sure. But in a normal matchup, it's pretty damn tough. Murata does solid, but Murata's not really some lane dominator. The hero doesn't have crazy base damage. Her arrow to secure range is okay, but it's a little expensive. I would expect the DP to probably win the regen war, but Murata to do okay. Honestly, like I said, I think BZM's doing very well.
That was a cool pull. DY pulled the hard camp straight down through the cut trees. Whisper had to interrupt it. Rotation from Seb to run down Ame. Ame had a lot of stick charges, but Whisper's got more damage where that came from. They'll get one kill in return. That's Seb. Whisper limping along on no HP, but...
Exo pushing, and Murata does not deal with this well. It's the downside.
He did get him eventually, so
that's
Whisper got chased down by DY.
Dude, DY is having 2 bounties as well. This is the greatest Disruptor game I've ever seen in my life.
How did he even get the kill without using
I don't know. I thought he was just... I'm guessing Whisper just kind of pseudo-suicided.
Yeah.
He's not going to waste... He doesn't want to waste too much time here. Exo gets defended a little bit with the help from Seb.
Look at him. DY was looking for the TP back with the Timber sub, but...
Would have been nasty. Honestly, I've been really impressed with DY this tournament. I think he has just had tremendous games. Very consistent. The laning's really strong. He plays the team fights really well, plays a wide variety of heroes. He's very aggressive as well, not afraid to just throw his body in. I've really liked his gameplay this tournament. I think a player to watch for the year. I also think it's because a lot of Chinese fives often get under-prioritized. I think China has a history of really elevating the fours, but really devaluing what a 5 can do in the game.
Okay.
Like the 5 is...
You mean from a draft perspective or
no,
play?
Like gameplay, both. For me, the Chinese 5s have mainly been to give your carry as good a game as he can, which is obviously a large component of the 5s. But if you look at a lot of these European teams, or like Beth Boom with Toronto Tokyo, or right now Falcons with Snaking, like these players aren't afraid to get greedy in the right games and scale and carry and win team fights and get 2 or 3 items. And I think historically for Chinese teams, that was a lot more rare. It's still supposed to be more sacrificial. That was delegated to the 4s. Like, you think of all these Chinese 4s, Jin Q, FY, they're all, like, they're the carry, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, they're the star player, they're going to carry the team. These 5s just go under the radar. And
the
for
FY
me,
Fenrir duo, it was... Nobody talked about Fenrir. Everybody talked about FY.
So, for me, DY has stood out, and, like, he just been playing really well, and they're not afraid to sometimes give him these big team fighters and maybe sacrifice a little laning for it, which I think is a good sign. Team trusts each other.
Ame, he knows he's a little stuck here, has to turn and fight. It's his only way out. Whisper hit him big with that Whirling Death, but Ame's delivering a lot of damage back. He just needs a little bit of help, and they could get some kills. They get one of them. DY's going to show up now, but a little late to the party, and frankly, the Disruptor doesn't offer you too much damage. He does offer control, though, and might be able to let XM clean up some kills. Sure enough, DY is going to get the +1 onto Seb. Maybe he dies for it, but he gives XM a dream team fight with that Exorcism.
This DP is going to be really strong this game. They don't have good answers for him outside of the later scaling between the Lifestealer, Mirana, like all the single target burst. That conceptually is great, but this early game is going to be tough. Until you get that Maelstrom on BCM, just not going to have the same spell impact. And Disruptor's going to do level 4 Starstorm. That's a good spell steal right there. They are trying to take the fight to this Gyro, but that's also the strength of Gyro. This is a carry that's not afraid to just skirmish you back and then make the farm up later with Flat Cannon.
Yeah, we haven't seen like the Primal Beast make a rotation to that side lane either. I would be very scared of like trying to go onto a gyrocopter and X6 is counter rotating you.
Dire's top tower is
And he's doing very well in this lane. Just pulling, getting extra farm, making the most out of space. Another rotation off the back of this DP, and they have Glimpse to guarantee these types of moves.
Ari knows he's caught, but DY didn't have to use the Glimpse for that one. Looking for the Timber Saw, but will not find him.
Whisper lucky to get out of there, honestly.
Nice steal, sharpshooter for the Rubik.
Trades level 4 stars to him for a sharpshooter.
Hey, Stu, do you think that the whole position 6 mentality for 5s, do you think that's just like an old school sharpshooter? Hits him.
Decent damage.
Yeah, decent man damage indeed. They glimpse him back and they got him. The silence lasts just long enough. Jin-Q stole the leap now to be able to get away. Oh man, so many great moves from this support duo of Xtreme Gaming.
Putting on a clinic in these early skirmishes. And the Primal has yet to join them. And he built a Veil, so he's ready to join. Amp that all up. This is a really strong early game lineup from XG. They just have so much spell damage. It's ridiculous how much they can pump. And again, a lot of your spells on the side of OG are single target focused, so they'd rather be in these number advantage skirmishes where they're finding pickoffs than the straight 3-on-3, 4-on-4s.
They're gonna exo mid. They have Siege Wagon push. They brought in full supports there.
Okay, go back to ganking Ame.
They've tried so many times before. It's worked out a bit. I mean, they killed Ame, but traded out kills for it. And there's the Primal Beast kind of rotation to come through. Can he catch Whisper? Moonlight shadowed, so he's out there somewhere. It's going to fade soon, though. They got him on the glimpse on the other side. DY runs down the river. They took that mid tower and quickly rotated to bottom lane. Ame pipping Whisper. Just keep trying it, son. Just keep running at me. See what happens.
This is scary. You fall behind versus Disruptor, he gets to play Dota, and all right, aggression. Not going to work out there. Seb with a cheeky little tree play.
He just looks down the cliff. Oh, hey, there's a Disruptor there.
Lost your tower, though. Might get the power rune. That's a nice pick off.
Lost the mid tower, lost the off lane tower.
Yeah, these rotations have done work. You're only up 2K, but you have a lot of map control to play with. It's a lot of investment from OG trying to pressure this gyro. Just not worked out, and you're going to get the lifestealer here, too.
Nice combo. This silence is giving them a couple of core kills. Got the Mirana, now got Tomato's lifestealer.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
There's something about XM's gameplay that's... He's not like a super flashy mid, but it's incredibly solid.
Yeah, he makes these rotations, and they always seem to have so much impact.
He just does the right things in a game. You know, maybe not the 100 out of 100 play, but 95 out of 100. And he does it every time. It just adds up. And that's a very strong player to have.
Glimpse, nice and glimpse. Now Static Storm is online, so Disruptor is a real hero, Avery.
Yeah, he's looking good in this game. I mean, when you get ahead with this hero on your team.
Hit him with the sharpshooter. And Tomato will catch up. He just needs one swipe to slow down Ame. It's a guaranteed nice kill.
Really nice turn. He also got a lot of early XP off that skirmishing, which makes a huge difference on this hero, because you need that fourth pointing glimpse as fast as you can get it.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower.
So the fact that XG had early rotating cores that could take these fights, get the extra XP into the supports, that's a big deal here. Both these supports went at early 6s. They both paid off.
Level 4 Star Storm. Oh, they got him. Mid-Timber Chain. Whisper's going nowhere. Yeah. Man, Whisper is not having a fun time on his signature Timber Saw.
No, they are punishing this pick really hard.
Top tower is under attack.
They committed to it, but it has worked out.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
I mean, which one of these 5 heroes does Timber enjoy playing into? None of them. Like, maybe the Primal, because he's a strength hero.
Yeah.
Whatever. He's a strength spellcaster. Infest? Blink Bat.
Bomb. Do they have the damage, though? to kill this Death Prophet. He's going to turn around and maybe get some Spirit Siphons, keep himself alive a little bit longer. His Yules is on cooldown. Wonder what he used it on.
He used it on that rune from earlier, right?
Tomato, Static Storm on him. And the slow down, call down. He's stuck. He's not going anywhere. So they trade out core for core.
Again, OG's lineup excels at that first target pickoff. But what's happening after that? You just can't take a sustained fight right now.
Yeah, because the sustained fight really comes from early on Timbersaw, later on Lifestealer. But the Timbersaw has been shut down. The Lifestealer isn't at that point yet.
And these silences are still really strong.
Time to scurry away into the trees. XXS spots him. Ari only has one more scurry, but it looks like maybe with the nighttime vision. No. XXS still finds him.
Disruptor's a nice hero to catch Hoodwink as well.
Yeah.
It's one of the better ones.
Helps you get vision, helps you control the hero. Turned into roadkill. The squirrel gets run over by the primal beast.
Horror movie right now for OG as they are trying to stabilize this early game. Damn, is it tough.
Hit by the silence immediately. BZM lands the arrow though. Tossbacks, Telekinesis. Didn't get him on the Yules.
Close. Very close to another death there for Whisper. And I guess OG are happy that this Exo gets popped there because there's nothing really to do with it.
Yeah.
You can run to Roche and get the last third of it in. I guess they're going to try and force it.
Yeah, they really don't have the best team for taking Roshan. It's kind of just Exo.
They just have so much magic damage, though. Honestly.
Stab.
What?
Oh, Sticky Napalm. He's going to go for it. He immediately grabs him. Static Storm goes out and responds. They throw a lot of damage right back, but they did some serious work. XM died to Roshan. Tomato gets traded out, though.
I mean, this is making space for the team to get here.
Yeah, they're almost here. They're almost here. They need to be able to finish off Seb and fast. Ari's now going to be able to show up. Hits a bushwhack on it, too.
Nice
BCM with the Starstorm. Immediately blows up the Disruptor. Arrow cuts across, hits the Rubik. Now they run down XXS. What a call from the duo of Seb and Tomato to just go for it, man.
Damn. Seb is a Dota player right there. I don't know how many teams make that kind of call, but some bashes off Roshan definitely helped them there, set XM up for that. And he just has nothing to siphon here. It's just him, Lifestealer, and Roshan trapped in a pit. And the second you're in this position as XG, it doesn't look that great. You don't have anything left in the tank. The Rubik's out of mana. Disruptor gets bashed again into this bushwhack. Beautiful bushwhack by Ari. Beautiful arrow by BCM. And then Whisper on the flank. I mean, everything goes their way after that Roche disruption play. In a game that might have just snowballed out of control, OG bring it back in style.
This is twice now that OG has done this in this series. Now, game one, they couldn't complete the turn, but they did give themselves, you know, a little bit of fighting chance in kind of the same window.
I mean, this is a lot of fighting chance. You just got a Maelstrom on the Hoodwink. And you finished that Gleipnir on BCM, and he got Aegis. They just killed Roshan instead of XG. This Mirana has gotten a second life in this game. He can do a lot with this Gleipnir, because the BKBs are a long way away for some of these XG heroes. We talked about that being perhaps the biggest item for this lineup. Give them the extra stun, the extra setup, AoE control. Now XG gonna smoke and try and regain momentum. When you have these disruptor lineups, you do not want to lose momentum on the map. You want to just keep running at people, forcing pickoffs. If Ari can get to his Gleipnir as well, suddenly there's some decent kiting potential in this lineup. A lot of long-range poke too.
Yeah, like XM is probably never going to get a BKB. So that control will always kind of be there for him. XXS and Ame will probably get BKBs, which will help a bit against Gleipnirs, but still.
Another infest play.
See the Rubik. Nobody else is close by. So it's either Rubik or bust.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Jin Q shows him, doesn't quite show.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Nighttime
attack.
vision.
OG can throw this Aegis up front, try and bait a fight.
Dire's top tower
If they don't get it, they're going to be happy taking some towers here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's
See if Seb jumps.
I mean, if he sees something,
Soon as
he's going.
Shin-Q Fade bolts.
Radiant are scanning.
Doesn't opt to go for it, though BZM kind of wanted to. Still
going.
leap.
Radiant's
But he's running into XXS, or maybe that's just what he wants. Lasso with the life. Oh, so much burst damage, so many trees. That whirling death.
Caught the life stealer.
Dice did manage to get the life stealer. That's a big grab. Ame collects that kill, no problem.
And EXO on the back is just clearing through them.
Yeah, they can't fight this Death Prophet, not anymore.
That's an arcane rune as well, so
And that
XM.
is a bold attempt at a TP, my friend.
Yeah, that was never going to work. He had Yules the entire time, and this is going to be an insane value.
Spotted
EXO.
even more.
Shin-Q cliffs himself, just for the meme. Good way to start the fight, but that glimpse really punished Tomato.
Dire's middle
Yeah, how
tower
did
is under
he
attack.
just didn't have rage up anymore?
I mean, he infested in and raged for the kill, and
Right.
need one of those two, or a BKB in this game. Honestly, not a bad BKB lifestealer game. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go that down the road. He's opting for Radiance into Manta, looks like. There's another option. Manta dodge. Get out of these silences, dodge a glimpse if you have to.
They're going to be able to pop XM here. A little bit awkward dyssynergy there. Whisper cuts down the trees, so the Bushwhack doesn't latch.
You can see this single target burst damage, though.
Yeah, it was pretty
Crazy.
close.
And there's no real save on the side of XG. Maybe Rubik Shard could think about it earlier than usual this game.
Seb on the hunt once again.
This has been the MO. It's
Yeah.
dangerous, though. You jump in with this lifestealer, you pop that rage.
Ooh, if they can get here on this objective.
They don't know.
Don't know. I'm surprised they didn't try and make that move just because 21-minute Wisdom Rune, right?
Radiant's middle
Well, don't
tower
worry. We
is
have
under
a
attack.
contender for ET Shard in terms of the worst one in the
Oh,
game.
God. Now this one.
SP-wise. Congratulations. You have now increased your buyback cost.
This one's not as bad as the other Titan one, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like the cast range and strikes.
Yeah,
I would
increasing
take
the
it
amount
over
of
ETs,
time
but-
you have vision on a hero can be pretty important when you have flat cannon or even just for glimpse.
The thing is, I still consider it worse than ET Shard because it means you have a disruptor on your team. So I'd rather have the
Nice.
ET on my team, you know.
Right, yeah.
So you got to consider that factor.
What it What if you, when you kill the Tormentor, you could sell your Disruptor, buy another Titan
I would do
instead?
that, dude. If you could sell Disruptor for like an Ags on somebody, I would take that trade. Sometimes.
It's the next
Radiant's
mode,
top
Tag
tower
Team
is under
Dota,
attack.
where you just have you get to pick 2 heroes. Everybody picks 2 heroes, and they can tag team swap.
Yeah, it's called Deathmatch.
Oh, well, that's not the same.
Just Satanic Rush for Ame here. He wants to survive.
BZM, do not get caught here.
Shadows, take us.
Shadow.
Wise Moonlight Shadow.
He's gonna try and go cut a wave, slow down this top lane. BKB up for XXS. He's really strong with that. You either catch him at the start or he's gonna be a beast.
Are they not capable of fighting this?
It's hard when they're grouped up and these heroes are tankier now. You really want this Radiance on Tomato. I don't think OG want to fight when he's 200 off that item.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're missing the BKB from Mirana. Your Timber, I mean, he has his Blink Kaya Whisper on Whisper, but feels like this HP outpaced you a little bit here. Just remnants of that fast start from XG. And okay, you got your BKB, you got your Radiance. You know, if you had this, maybe you take that tower defense, but it was a little too slow. You can take the fight now, though, and they will. Another Infest Bomb. You know Exo's down. Another big thing going for you right now. Huge ult on cooldown for XG. If you can find one of the other cores, you're really happy.
Massive window, and they are wrapping behind this Death Prophet too.
I'll take him.
Seb, he sees him. Blink on him,
He's
blow him
hasted.
up. No, he's hasted. He's running away. The Timber Chain connects. He just needs to hit this chakram. Can he land it? Timber Chain gets him instead.
He used the Lifestealer instead of the Timber, but they got Tomato in the Static Storm. He's gone.
Again, this Lifestealer pops out, pops Rage, and then it's just free for DY. He desperately needs a second source of, like, you know, Manta, BKB, whatever it is.
I don't know. Yeah, you need BKB or something. Manta for the dodge. He's considering both. If he gets both, then he's gonna be cruising in this game. Especially in situations where they can jump the Death Prophet, because I don't think that Gyro is dealing enough physical to threaten him right now. But Ame is starting to pull ahead. He's just collecting these Lifestealer kills every fight, and it's doing some decent work for him. He's level 18.
Don't think
Flads
I've
to back
ever
him up.
seen a disruptor with flads.
I mean, I think it's good this game.
I agree. It's just it's so weird to see it there.
He could have considered an Ags Rush, which is, I mean, the traditional route on this hero, but they don't really have the best initiation setup for it in a fight. Like, who's going to go in and set somebody up for you to drop this Static Storm on them and you're going to space it like that?
Yeah.
It's not that reliable, this game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
BKB for XM is going to be huge.
Radiant's middle tower
Changes
is
a
under
lot
attack.
of the initiation for OG. And if I'm OG, I want to keep trying to find pickoffs. I want to keep fighting right now. And another smoke, another infest to do just that. They want the fight into the Roshan. It is up again.
They're going to be running into an Xtreme that's pretty grouped up. Walking into a high ground area too, Xinkyu. He has an idea. He blinks backwards, knowing something
got
is
the gyro.
coming. They get the initiation onto the gyrocopter, but is that what they actually want? Ame's perfectly fine with this. I think Lifesteal, no, maybe he's actually going to cut it down. BCM and Tomato, their damage combined managed to work Ame pretty quickly
XM's
there.
here to clean up.
Oh, he got him. Eul Scepter, before the TP can complete, is going to try and chase down more heroes. OG used everything they had. They blew it all on Ame, and they did manage to get that kill, but they don't have much to contend with this Death Prophet now.
Whisper thinking of going back in. They can kite this
Near
guy
into
out.
Arrow. Xinkyu trying to stop some of these heroes. Ha!
Buyback.
Timber saw assassination with the Blink Dagger.
Rubik buyback. Jinku does not want to let his DP go down, and that is how
he's
good
low.
one. Mega worth.
Remember me?
They don't want to let him get out of here. They know he's weak. You just can't get the punish here. Still a solid team fight from OG given the position.
Oh, nice Force Staff. Got him away from the stolen chakram of Xinkyu. I thought Ame was going to be good there once I saw the Satanic popped.
He just took so much damage.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
What was most of it from? I cannot see because it's above.
3,800 from the Hoodwink.
Yeah, Ari did a lot.
3,300.
Honestly, it was just Tomato hitting him. But again, Tomato trades out his life. You just can't get the sustain to take that second leg.
It feels like OG's going to win this game if there's ever a team fight that Tomato lives, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it really does. It's like coming down to if Lifestealer can survive, if Ame can survive, and then it's XM or BZM cleaning up the rest.
Is under attack.
These secondary carry options are what's going to carry the fight in a way.
Moonlight Shadow, they're going to run into XXS first.
Silence misses. Tomato taking a
He just
Watcher?
blinks pulverizes straight up onto the Lifestealer immediately. No immediate follow-up, though, while DY is caught by BCM, who leaps in there with his BKB. Needs to get inside the Roshan pit, getting
Like
grabbed,
the Aegis.
he gets it away, snatches away the Aegis away from Ame. Now he's going to die, but Ame is low, and he doesn't have Satanic
There's a cheese
either,
on the
so
ground.
second life.
Pick it up and eat it, my man.
They're going to go back for the cheese. Ame picks
It's
it
on
up, but he
cooldown.
needs time. He needs time. It was on cooldown. He couldn't eat it in time. XM, you don't have the exorcism this time around. He goes for the TP out. The bushwhack is there just in time.
Not make it. It's a wipe. This Roshan pit has been a disaster for Xtreme Gaming. Seb just running in somehow has worked out for them both times
Bottom tower.
as they clear through everybody in the pit. A sick Aegis snatch by BZM makes the right call, takes it away from Ame. Cheese on the ground. He swapped out his Falcon Blade for that, didn't get the pickup, swapped it back in. It was on cooldown, and then he's backpacked that Cheese. Just nothing working out for Ame's slots here. We see the empty slot. He puts the blade back in. Leaves Cheese on the ground. That's a very different fight if he gets that off. Some technical misplay here from Ame around the pit. Gives a big opening for OG as they were clearing through people. These double Gleipnirs are doing work. And the problem is we're seeing at BZM, he just goes in with BKB. He wastes so much of their time. He wastes all the disruptor spells. He wastes a lot of Rubik's time. There's not enough physical damage coming out from this lineup right now to dissuade OG just running in, and they have a fourth core online. Ari is getting to play some Hoodwink Dota. He's got a Crystallis. He's got a Nemesis Curse. This Hoodwink hurts, man.
Dude, he's
level 20.
Straight out Daedalus next item.
I think this is correct. He took the Arbor Corrosion down. He still has that Blightstone. This is -6 armor on any of the bounces with Gleipnir proccing through, and you're going to have a Daedalus plus Curse on the top of it. This game is in OG's control right now. They just have way more scaling damage picking up the pace. And you're going to get to these later game lifestealer items. Tomato, he has BKB now. He survived that fight. You said if he ever survives a fight, he might just win this game, and it's looking damn good now.
One.
Is under attack.
Where's the damage going to come from in this XG lineup?
Yeah, that's a good question. These supports aren't going to scale up the best.
Is under attack.
Primal Beast, I mean, you got to go back for Aghanim Scepter if you want some more damage. The Death Prophet just isn't far enough ahead anymore to have that carry impact late game. So it's just on this Gyrocopter, but it just looks like the damage sources of OG are able to beat him down most times.
I mean, Ame went survivability over raw damage. He went the Satanic, he went S and Y. Nothing wrong with this build. He has Vlad's to give him a little bit, but when that fight goes in the first 5 or 6 seconds, these cores are not doing nearly as much as what OG is doing. Off an Acorn, the BZM leaps, Lifestealer getting 6-7 right clicks off. Now, if you get to like Shiva's Death Prophet plus one more, I can see DP start to pick up the pace. But right now, you need time.
Another shard. Who's this one going to go to? It goes to Xinkyu, which is maybe better than the Primal Beast one.
Yeah, it's not a bad shard here. If you can buy some time off the single target jump.
Get some heroes away from this Lifestealer.
Did get a nice lift on Seb, I believe, at the start of that. He's been pretty good about trying to counteract this bat initiation. But Seb is also finding a lot of net worth in this game. He has a BKB of his own, by the way. So OG are just massing BKBs here. They got 4 of them. A Lincoln's on Whisper. I mean, this is a lot to fight through for a mostly magic damage-oriented lineup.
Telekinesis Silence on BZM. Has to pop the BKB. The BKB of Seb is going to go to work. Pulverize immediately trying to stop this lasso pullback on XM. Spirit Siphon is going to keep him alive for now, and they see the opportunity to turn as the BKBs are wearing thin on the side of OG. Ame is approaching this team fight and looking good.
Dangerous chase. Your
Arrow
BKBs
comes
are running
down.
out.
Are they going to focus down? Ame once again. It's too much damage, man. Too much burst. Once again, it's just an arrow into getting walloped.
There's no way you can chase there. Absolutely none. The second that Gleipnir comes out, that fight is over on the backside. 1 Acorn, 1 shot in. You're gone. There's way too much long-range burst damage in this lineup for you to chase and not be on top of heroes. Not getting that glimpse back. DY going down hurts you here. This game is out of control for XG. OG just made magic happen around the pit, and now they're taking full advantage of it. Are they going to throw a little back their way?
Okay, a little cute move. Does manage to catch Whisper with his pants down.
That's a long death timer.
been denied.
Really long death timer. 90. He's level 24. No wonder it's so damn long. God damn. But XG are in trouble here. I don't see where the damage is going to pick up right now. They're trying to work towards double Shivas and an Ags Disruptor. These are so far off. Very expensive items for the amount of space they have right now. And that next nighttime Roche, it's coming up soon. We are approaching that interval. OG are going to have no problems taking another fight just based off the BKBs here. And a DD Rune, it's going to help double Nemesis Curse on this lineup between the Mirana and the Hoodwink.
Now he's got that 20 talent, so free crits.
This is where this lineup becomes really scary.
An Aghanim Scepter for Lifestealer. I was wondering when we were going to see this one. Because now this Gyrocopter pops Satanic if he gets infested by the Lifestealer. I guess he still has the Aghanim Scepter that's going out, but obviously he's struggled to stay alive even when he does get off Satanic and right-clicking against this burst damage.
I mean, let's be real. If XG don't find Mirana Hoodwink, Ame is not living. He's just going to get outranged. It's as simple as that. Satanic or not, he's not going to be able to hit anybody. And the first Shiva's done in this game is for Whisper, who's still approaching that level 25 talent at an insane pace. That is incredibly good talent. One of the best in the game. Especially when you get it this fast.
Yeah, with the way he's been bursting down heroes.
Way too much damage to deal with. Somehow Ame is still at top of the chart, but it's just gotten him a BKB. It is a big item here. A lot more survivability. There's so much. There's a butterfly in this Mirana, dude. This is some old school tech. Take me back to Dota 1 days.
Zamp damage gets popped now. Seb's looking for an opening. Smoke's going to break on him. Sees a bunch of heroes. Starts backing out. XXS is going to go for the grab on him. They throw the Static Storm on top of that with the telekinesis holding these heroes in. So the Lifestealer's going to come back inside the Static Storm. They do manage to take down XXS. Ame's trying to kite back on Tomato, trying to wear out this BKB.
Need to glimpse somebody.
They're going to be able to get the glimpse of the Rage. Is a secondary magic immune option for the Lifestealer, though he's quite low on HP.
Chakram, another nice. I mean, that was a sick chain stun by XG. Not an easy one at all.
I do kind of feel like Xtreme maybe should have just gone for it.
Well, it's going to be
coming to an opportunity. Gleipnir goes out. Now they throw the arrow. Hits the Disruptor on the side to go for the two supports immediately.
Double Chakram.
XM, they're deciding he's a little bit too tanky. Throws out a Chakram of his own on Jin Q, and he starts backing away. Gets cut down by the Lightning. BZM hops back as Ame's trying to throw some damage out there while Whisper is right in the mix of it, ignoring Ame. Going for the supports. Timber Chains back away.
Need another glimpse here. You bop back.
He's going to be coming with the buyback of the Disruptor. They hit an arrow onto Ame, though. They need to help protect Ame. Ame down to half health. No Satanic gets destroyed. BZM and Tomato, once again, they have no problems killing this carry.
It's not even close. The damage is just overwhelming at this point, and that wants everybody.
Trying to cover his retreat.
Yeah, I mean, this game is over. Like, there's just no way to take these fights. You have EXO, but you do not have the control anymore. You do not have the range. XXS is going to try and make a miracle happen, but that is what it would take here, as the fourth core came online after that Roche fight, and that's all she wrote, man. If those Roshans go XG's way, they get an Aegis on this Gyro. He accelerates a lot faster. You could see that.